So today's project is actually pretty quick and simple depending on how you do it. So the pattern comes with a front and a back, and for the back side I use a chalkboard material so that the kids can write their name, they can write whatever they want on it, and you can do it either the one-sided or you have the option to do it double-sided. So the bottom is open and the pencils just slide up like that, and we will get started on this. So the things that we need to get started with this project are, if you're going to do the double side with the chalkboard, you need a piece of the chalkboard material. That's what this is. You need 2 pieces of material for the front and the back. That's if you're doing just a regular one too. You need a front and a back. And I have mine with an SF 101. It's a felt on the front with SF 101 on the back. And you need another piece of felt material for the heart. And you need some stabilizer. So this is an Ollie Fun fabric I'm using for the stabilizer for this. And I'm going to go run the placement stitch. Alright, so I have run the placement stitch for the heart. And the next thing that we need to do is we need to put the felt material or whatever material you're using for the base and put that on, and then go run the tack down stitch. Alright, so I have gone to run the tack down stitch and it tacks down the main material. And the next thing that we will do for the regular version, if you're just doing the piece of black chalkboard, is you would go run the placement stitch for the heart, and then you would put this over it. However, I want a piece of the felt underneath the chalk so that I can get a nice little color edge around it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this piece on top of here, and then I am going to run the placement stitch for the heart. And I can do that because I can see through this material where the placement would actually need to be. But you can run the placement stitch first and then put this on if you wanted. But I'm going to do it this way around. Put this on and then run the placement stitch. Alright, so now I have the placement stitch done, and it did go on this material instead of the white because I wanted it that way. And the next thing that we need to do is, I don't cut this material yet. I wait until after I have cut the chalkboard material, so that way I can get a neater edge around it. So what we need to do now is we need to put the chalkboard material on and go run the finishing stitches, which is going to hold the chalkboard material to the rest of it. And I did run a black bobbin thread so that the front, which is hard to see I guess, would match with the back and I wouldn't see any white bobbin thread showing through. Okay, so now I have the final stitches done, and I did use a coordinating black bobbin thread on that. And the next thing that we have to do is we need to cut out the black chalkboard fabric, and then I'm going to cut out the red fabric. You do not cut the white fabric. Alright, so now that I have those 2 materials cut out, there is one more stitch for the back portion that goes along the bottom, and I'm just going to go run that. So after running the placement stitch, which I will just show clearly here, the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to put the material on that I want as the other color. So this will be here. So the final stitches have been done for that. And what I'm actually going to do before I cut out the heart is I am going to run the words. You can do it either way you want. You can run the words and then cut out the heart, or you can cut out the heart and then run the words. So the next thing I'm going to do is, while I still have this on the machine, I am going to run the part at the bottom, same as the other one, that shows where the bottom piece is finished. Alright, so now I'm going to take it back and cut it out. Okay, so now I have the finishing stitch done for the heart. I have the word stitched, and I also have the little stitches at the bottom here. I don't know if you can see them this time. I have the little stitches at the bottom here showing the bottom of the pencil where it inserts. So the next thing I have to do is cut out the heart. Alright, so the heart is done, and we now need to take the piece that we ran for the back and cut that out, and we'll put it on the back of this. So you can see the edges where the tack down was, and that's what you want. You want to be able to go as close as you can because you need those. And this is the other part of your hoop. So here's the front, flip it over to the back, and on the back you will remember we did a first placement stitch. So that placement stitch needs to have this back piece lined up with the edges. So these edges, and I mean the little threads will come out, but that's fine. So these need to get matched up exactly to the edges of that, and then taped into place. There we have it. And once those are done and taped into place, we take it back to the machine and we run the final, it'll be on this side of the hoop. So you run the final stitch that will be up and around and then down. Okay, so I have now run the outline that goes around it. So that's the front. You can see it all goes around from the bottom, which is the one we had already done, but then it goes all around like that. And here is the back portion. You can see it is the same. And so now what we have to do is we need to cut it out. And I like to do that, well, I'm going to rough cut it out first just to make it easier for me. And this is not a tearaway because it's an ollie fun fabric, so I cannot tear that. So what I like to do for me is I like to keep these little sides straight, and then I like to do pinking shears around the other portion. But you can cut it out how you like. And then, let's see here, then we have the bottom piece, so you go just below it. Come on. And now it is done. So then you just need to open up the bottom portion and stick your pencil in. See how adorably cute that is? And then this is chalkboard material, so you can write whatever you want on the back of it. This is coming off now. There we go. So I hope that you enjoyed this project or will enjoy it, and I hope you will make some for your children or their class. All right, if you like this, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching.